Haley on Hot Radio Maine. In studio with a very special guest today. Welcome 2025 Portland Hearts of Pine Supporters Player of the Year, Ollie Wright. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's so great to have you in here,
Thank
Ollie.
you for having me.
I know you had a really busy season with the Hearts of Pine, but we got some downtime. Happy to have you in studio today.
Thank you.
Obviously, Portland Hearts of Pine, so much excitement surrounding that team, and we're going to talk about all that. But before we do, thought it'd be fun to get to know you a little bit better first, if that's okay, Ollie.
Let's do it. There's plenty to know.
Yes. Could you talk a bit about where it all began for you and the love for soccer began for you?
Yeah, so I grew up in London, and soccer over there is like the biggest thing ever, pretty much. You know, everyone plays it, everyone watches it. So I feel like it was just natural that I kind of followed the trend. My dad also played and coached as well when I was a kid. So like, you know, it was just the path that was kind of made for me. So yeah, I've been playing competitively since I was about 7-ish maybe,
Wow.
but I was always kicking a ball around from pretty much as soon as I could walk, you know. So yeah, kind of, you know, played for various clubs back home. When I turned 18, I ended up making the jump to Texas, which is just super random. Yeah, I played collegiately in San Antonio for a college called St. Mary's University. Played there for 4 years. Then I signed for the local professional team in San Antonio, which was great because it was kind of like my home city at that point.
Yes.
Was there for a year, then moved down South Texas, right on the border of Mexico in McAllen to play for a team called RGV. Then moved up a little bit to Huntsville City FC, which was in Alabama. Was there for 2 years, and now here I am in Portland, Maine.
Here you are in Portland,
So I feel
Maine.
like basically I've just gone to so many places that I just didn't even know existed before I came to the US, which is great.
What a journey for
Yeah,
you.
it's been great.
Now, as people might be able to tell from your accent, you're from across the pond.
I am.
Was it difficult calling it football to soccer?
Do you know what? Like I can't even remember how long it took me to start saying soccer, but now it's like second nature. I just say soccer. Yeah. Like when people say football, I instantly think of
That football,
the
yes.
other football.
The
you
other
know,
one, the NFL,
yeah.
whatever they're doing over there.
Handball. Yeah. So
yeah.
now I feel like I've been here for almost 9 years now in the US, so I feel like I'm just super Americanized with some of my terminology. Like I used to say water,
Yes.
and now I say water.
Okay, so you're losing the accent.
I'm losing
a
the
bit.
accent. I've got to get it back. because
Yes.
It helps.
We won't say what it helps with, but it does help, Ollie.
It does help.
I get it. Now, as you mentioned, almost 9 years you moved here to the
Yes.
US. What were some of the things that shocked you the most about coming to the US?
So obviously, like I said, I landed in Texas, so the instant thing was the heat. It was insane. I came in August of 2017, and like obviously we were thrown into preseason training with my college team. So instantly I was in like 110 degree heat, and we're running a lot. So that was probably the biggest thing. Also, just the size of the country. Like we used to have games on the road in Texas. And it was like a 11-hour drive.
Insane.
And we're still in the same state. Like that was just, in England, if you drive 11 hours, you're literally in a different country.
Crazy.
So it was just, that was insane, like the vast size of the place. But you know what, it was I felt super easy adjusting because one, the people are so great here. Well, the majority of the people, obviously every place has, you know, bad eggs. But,
Totally.
you know, the people are so great. And also, even when I was in England, I felt like I loved watching movies, which majority of movies come from the US. Sure. I loved listening to like American music, American rap, country music, that sort of stuff. So I feel like I've always had like a soft spot for US culture. So it kind of made the transition slightly easier, you know?
Maybe it was meant to be, Ollie. I don't know. It's in the stars. I don't know.
I know, right?
Flash forward to 2024. You get the call. You're coming to Portland, Maine. What was that moment like? What were your initial thoughts about that?
So originally I thought, I was speaking to Bobby in like November of 2024, getting ready for the 25 season, Bobby being the coach. And I'd seen a load of things about the team, Portland Hearts of Pine. So I was Googling Portland, and I didn't know that there were two Portlands. Well, there's loads of Portlands, but I didn't know there were two main Portlands. So I was Googling Portland, seeing like the weather and seeing what to do in Portland. So I basically, for like a couple of weeks, thought I was going to Portland, Oregon.
Oh, no.
And then I did a little bit more extensive research. Luckily, it wasn't too late before I realised, I managed to search it before like this December-ish of 2024.
Before the flight, at least.
Before the flight, yeah. So I ended up knowing where I was going. But yeah, so it was crazy. Like I said, I didn't really know anything about Portland or just Maine in general. So yeah, I mean, I was pleasantly surprised. The day I got here was a snowstorm.
Of course it was.
So, so I was like thrown in at the deep end. It was like the opposite of Texas.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Literally, yes.
So yeah, I was thrown in at the deep end weather-wise. But again, it's just such a great place. It's beautiful, so much scenery. And although the winters are tough, it makes the summer so much more worth it. The summers are beautiful. There comes my American accent. Beautiful.
Who is this?
I know, right?
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable.
I feel the same way, Ollie. I feel like I black out what the winters were like in the summer because it's just so amazing. And then we're back here. It's the cycle we go through.
Right?
100%.
I know.
Now, the energy at the Hearts of Pine games are like nothing else I've ever experienced. I got to go to one game last season. For someone who hasn't gotten to go to a game yet, could you talk a bit about what it's like?
I mean, it's honestly something that I've never experienced before. So obviously, like I say, in England, it's like soccer's a massive culture.
Yes.
I can only compare it to like low-level professional soccer in Europe, because I feel like a lot of teams in the US, whether that's MLS or USL, a lot of fans, go for like, it's a day out with the family or just to kind of do something, right? Whereas here it feels like every single person at the game is just fixated on the game. Everyone's so invested in the team, in the club. So it's just so great. The support has been second to none. And yeah, if you haven't been, you got to go. You've got to go.
Oh my gosh, the band and all. Mm-hmm. It's like, I'm happy to hear it's like nothing you had experienced either because it felt so special to me. Mm-hmm. Why do you think that is? What do you think it is about Maine that made it so special?
I think the club did a really good, so obviously the club has been a club for, I think 4 or 5 years. Obviously they didn't have a team, but the brand was being built. And I think they did a great job of like tapping into the community aspect. I think Maine is obviously a very community-driven place, from what I can tell. So they did a great job of that, and the marketing is just second to none.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, I think they did a great job of that and kind of having people buy into the culture of it, and it's been a great success. Obviously, year 1 was just incredible. So now we'll see what year 2 looks like, but. From what it's looking like, it's gonna be even better.
No doubt, it's gonna keep getting better. I saw Patrick Dempsey out there living his best life.
Right?
Janet Mills was living for it. Like, once you get in there, you get it, and it's so amazing. I'm curious, Ollie, how do you prep for games? Do you have like certain music you like to listen to before? What's the vibe?
I like to listen to like rap music usually, kind of get me hyped up a little bit. But then like before we go out of the locker room, like I don't know, 10, 15 minutes before. I kind of like to be just chill. Yeah. So I'll like, in the locker room, there's music going. Someone's always controlling the aux. But I'll like to like put my headphones in, maybe listen to a podcast or something, just to take me from that like super energetic mode, which is kind of getting me through the warm up. Yeah. And then before we go out for the actual game, I just like to bring it down a little bit, just so I'm calm and level headed and composed on the field. Because otherwise, sometimes I think, actually during the season, there was a game where I was a little bit tired, so I went to a coffee shop. I got a cortado, which I don't even drink coffee. So I had a cortado and a Red Bull. So I was just like hyped up for the game. And then I think that was probably one of my worst games because I was just too, there was too much going on.
Too much buzz going on,
too much buzz. And I was listening to like loud music in my ears before the game. So it's just too much. So now I just like to bring it down a little bit. And obviously I still listen to music, but just... bring it down a notch or two.
Ollie, dare I say, that's very Pisces of you.
That is Pisces of you.
that is very Pisces of you. That's amazing. Love to hear it. On May 31st, I want to talk about this game because you tweeted that this was one of the best moments of your career. Yes. Could you talk about that game?
Yeah, that was a game where it was my first goal of the season. And luckily enough, my dad was there to watch and experience that. So yeah, super special moment. Because like I say, my dad had kind of been on this journey with me since I was a kid. I wanted to always follow in his footsteps and follow the path that he kind of led me down. And it was just, it was emotional. It was special. It was great to be able to have him there. But couple of weeks later, I scored a hat trick. So I kind of, I take away that statement. Sorry, Dad.
Sorry, Dad.
Take away that statement about that being the best moment. That's not even top 10 anymore. The hat trick took over.
I mean, a hat trick's pretty sick. So what can you do? What can
right?
you do, Dad? But that's amazing. And hopefully he can make it to a game this upcoming season as well.
I'm sure he will.
Now, Ollie, what are you up to during the off season when you're not playing soccer? What are you doing?
Yeah, so the off season, I was lucky enough to go home, spend some time with family. I then came back here for Christmas, which was great. My first white Christmas ever. So that was an experience. I went sledding, which was great. I like to go on hikes. I like to I went to a Maine Celtics game last week, which was great. They won in overtime.
They've been killing it this season as well.
That was great. So it was, I mean, for that to be my first game and to experience the drama of it all was brilliant. I like going out for food and drinks with friends in the old port usually. I just love Portland. So there's so much to do here. Obviously, like I say, in the wintertime, there's not as much to do. I like to golf a lot, so I can't golf at all in the wintertime.
Fair.
But yeah, no, there's still plenty to do. So yeah, I love it.
I love it. And Ollie, we love having you here. We hope you stay in Maine for a very long time.
I hope so.
Of course, the 2026 Hearts of Pine home opener is April 11th. In the meantime, where can people follow along with you and your journey?
On my journey individually?
Yes.
So I mean, I'm on all social medias, Instagram, Wright10, Twitter, Ollie Wright 100, I believe. And it is. So yeah, it is. Yeah.
I'm like, can confirm from the May 31st tweet I did.
That's a good point. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty active on social media. You kind of get an insight into my life, not just in the soccer world, but also outside of it, which I think is something that's important for me, or to me rather. I like to not just be a soccer player. I like to do other things with my life. So yeah, if you wanna follow along on the journey, it's a fun one.
It sure is. And that's exactly why I wanted to have you in here, Ollie, because I know there's so much more to you than being on the field. So thank you for letting us see a little bit of that today.
No, thank you for having me. I loved it.